Go ahead, you can start it.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Play On Podcast with your hosts, Jerry and Jesse. This is episode 105. 105? 105 or 106?
106, I think. I think it's 106. Not much going on, to be honest. We had a international break still, so it's a 106, yeah.
Yeah, 106.
Going through it, there's some qualification matchups still yet to be determined, specifically in Europe. Other than that, I think that probably the biggest one is Italy, Sweden. Probably Italy just because they haven't made the past two World Cups. Do they make it this time, Jesse? They gotta face Bosnia Herzegovina. Oh my God, Herzegovina. There you go. They gotta face them in the playoff round. Which I don't know if you've seen. Bosnia, they went to, I'm about to say overtime like a fucking American. Well, I am American too.
You're
I
like
think
a
I'm
fucking
European.
man. True.
They went an extra time in their playoff round against Wales and penalties. Bosnia won in penalties, and Italy was famously watching the match on the sideline after their game, and they were celebrating. Let's see if that doesn't bite them in the ass, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, it looks like a clear advantage to Italy, but as we've seen previously, even then, this Italy team is still not the Italy of old, like the one we saw in the 26 World Cup or 2002, like where they had legends littered around the field. Like they have some good players, but not what you expect from like a powerhouse that Italy was. But Bosnia, they should beat them, but you never know with these things. And Italy is known to fail you for having expectations of them.
Dude, I know. Let's see if the curse doesn't continue. That's why this might be one of those moments you'll see it in a YouTube video in the near future of celebrating too early. We'll see a documentary about this if it happens, but I don't know. Italy's heavy favorites. We'll see if they finally qualify. This is their probably no, this is not their closest chance because the past two World Cups, they
They
did
failed
also go
on
to playoffs as well, right?
yeah, like the last game again.
Let's see. Because that'll be a shame. Well, honestly, I don't think it's a shame. You know who's not starting? The Inter striker. They're playing Ruggeri instead.
Esposito,
Yep, they're playing Ruggeri instead of Esposito as a starter.
I'm surprised because I know Regari came back from Atletico to Atalanta back. It was funny, it was like a 6 month deal.
No, not Ruggeri, Retegui.
Retegi,
Yeah,
exactly.
the striker. No, he was in Atalanta and he went to Saudi and he's currently in Saudi and he has like 26 goals or something like that. But no, Retegui's the midfielder.
Retegi is a striker.
Yeah, Ruggeri is the midfielder that was in Atletico Madrid.
No, he was also a striker.
Was
I'm
he?
pretty sure.
But yeah, I was talking about the Atalanta one. That one from last season, the one that was performing good, and then he would get benched for like no reason in like huge games. But yeah, I digress. Esposito's not starting, so I think that's where their issue is. And even
Yeah, but
then, they're also
you
starting Moise Kean.
Moise Kean is still my boy. He plays for Fiorentina. Last year he was on a great, great campaign, and this year it's fallen a little bit, but he still has offers great pace and physicality.
Hmm. I agree, but sometimes you just need the goals, dude. And you got to go with the hot hand.
But I'm surprised you're vouching for Esposito since you didn't rate him higher than Thuram. You were hating on him.
Not hating, but the partnership between Thuram and Lisandro Martinez is just perfect. It's straight up Lukaku and Lautaro. It's the same thing. That's why I would prefer them. But I can't deny his talent, you know?
Yep.
I think he has what, 8 goals and like 6 assists or something like that.
Yeah, he's a good player, and he's so young. I think he's what 2021.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Trying to see squad. Esposito. He is 20 years old. 6'2", striker. 6 goals, 3 assists in the Serie A. But hey, I mean, Gattuso must see something in Retegui. Again, I rated him, but I think he made a mistake going to Saudi, chasing the money.
Yeah, but I still think the clearest advantage that Italy is going to have is in this midfield with the two of Locatelli and Tonali. I think those guys are just machines and are just going to run over the mid all over the midfield. And then I know Nico Barallas hasn't been the best this year, but I just still think he still has that quality to deliver that final ball in there.
Same thing with they have Donnarumma as a keeper, dude. Can't forget that. They have Bastoni still one of the best young center backs in the world at the moment.
Young? Let's not turn the Premier
Well,
League here. He's
26,
27.
26. Yeah, my
He's
bad.
he's
26.
27. He's let's not give young player awards here.
Hey, he still qualifies for the young player, technically. But no, yeah, he's still a good center back. He's gonna hit his prime soon. And he's linked to Barcelona as well. But it would be a shame to be stripped of like, this Italy squad and these Italian players. I blame the league for not pushing more Italian players. And that always seems to be the issue since they won the World Cup.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the league. I would say more the t well, I guess yeah, the league, but also I think the clubs have are at fault too because they've fallen in such dire money situations, and
Yeah.
also the transfer policy where they've bought so many players outside, and especially like Serie A has sort of a like a perception about it of like being like an older man league. Like they've been known to get like players at the end of their career, and
Modric being an example.
yeah, like they've had multiple players like that where they've had like, oh, we'll bring in this older player instead of like giving a young player a chance. Like even Napoli, they've recently given a chance to who is it? What's his name? He's
Yeah, it's on
also
their
in
position.
he's Italian midfielder slash forward. He's been playing like left wing for them.
Raspadori? No.
Mm,
Politano? No.
no, it sounds uh
Sorry.
he's like 22.
22.
Vergara, Antonio Vergara,
Careful
or
now.
he's 23. Yeah, this season he sort of exploded from the young team or from the youth team. At 23, he's barely getting his chance, and he's been playing decent with them. And
Hmm.
that's what they're saying that there's just young talent hasn't been like Italy has players or they have the talent in the youth teams or in the young players, but they just never get the chance.
They're going the Liga MX routes, dude. This young player debuting at 24 years old. Yeah, so it seems to be their issue. Hopefully they qualify here and helps them push forward. Because out of their starting 11 they used against who was it? Northern Ireland?
Hmm
I'm trying to see how many of them actually like play in Serie A.
Moiskin, Di Marco, Locatelli, Barella, Politano, Mancini, Bastoni. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven.
Like a good
S-
core. Yeah.
Seven of the
So it's not
starting
bad.
11.
And again, it's new faces compared to last time. So one could hope. One could hope. But yeah, World Cup news, sadly for the qualifiers. My boy Rafinha got injured.
Yeah, big news. He's out for four
4 or 5
weeks.
weeks.
Four.
They're trying to get him back for the Clásico on May 10th.
Yeah, he's gonna miss what all the Atletico Madrid clashes in the Champions League and La Liga.
Hmm.
So that's gonna be big.
I think that's probably the biggest one. And he's in threat, of course, the Clásico to miss that one, which I don't even think he starts if he does come back. But just sad all around because he already had injury problems this season, and Brazil still started him. The Italian coach being a double agent and starting our players. But now I also blame Rafinha. He has to stand up and say something because I don't really think his spot was at risk to not go to the World Cup. I think he's kind of established. So maybe he tried to get Chem with his teammates, but ended up biting him in the ass. I'm just pissed, dude. It was
Yeah,
bound to happen.
yeah. I think it's very unfortunate for Barca because especially when Rafinha's been on the field, you see more of a you can see he holds like I think he's sort of the captain of the team. Holds I think the leadership position of the team. He holds everyone accountable. They when they press with him, it's a completely different side. They press like in unison or like they actually pull it off. And without him, I feel like the players are more lackadaisical. Like I feel like he's like the teacher on the field for
Hmm.
Hansi Flick. Like he just holds everyone accountable. And without him, especially since it's such a young squad, they they have mental lapses without him. So I think it's very big for Barca not to have him.
You know it's time, Jesse. I sent you a GIF and you didn't respond, but it's
Oh,
time.
Marcus Rashford, I laughed.
It's time, Jesse. It's time for him to stand up. This is probably his moment. He's been dealing with an injury. He played for England. He started for England, played actually pretty good against Uruguay and cooked your boy Valverde. And I think this is just his moment to shine. I think he's finally fully fit. He has to take advantage of this opportunity and show the world more than anything, show Barca that they should buy him because yeah, I think again, there's the spotlight's on him. He could only gain gain things from here and potentially even take Rafinha's spot because again, Rafinha's been dealing with this hamstring injury for like the whole season, so probably not gonna come back the same player, not sprint as much because Rafinha. I think he's the player with the most sprints in world football. Don't hold me accountable to that, and I know at least in La Liga, but we'll see. I, I know you're happy about it.
Yeah. I mean, anything that's bad for Barca is good for me. But
Yeah,
I don't know if Rashford gets a chance because I know uh Hansi Flick has been known or has played both like Dani Olmo and Fer
Fermin on the left.
Fermin there, yeah, on the left. So I wouldn't be surprised if he plays both him and Dani Olmo together and just have some rotate. Uh, I know Ferran Torres is in such horrible form, so I know he won't get the start left. But I still wouldn't be surprised because he just seems to be a fan favorite for Hansi Flick.
Let's not
And
say Ferran has been a horrible form because he just played with La Roja. I don't know if you saw that.
okay, Jerry, but let's discount that game. The
I
past
know.
couple of weeks with Barca.
I know, bro. I think he just gave himself like a glimpse of potentially starting in the next 11 for Barcelona, which sucks because, yeah, he looked good for Spain, but for Barca, I don't like, where is this at Barca?
Well, that was like in the beginning of the year. He started off like
Yeah,
hot. He was scoring goals left and right. Everyone was talking about, oh, he's finally hit his final form. No, it's just like with him, he's just like hot 1 second, cold for like 2 months, and then he gives
two
you a
months, like
glimpse.
4 months, dude.
Yeah, he gives you a glimpse, and then you're like, it's fine for like a year, and then he resets again next year.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we're gonna have to deal with Ferran Torres or whoever starts, but it's not gonna be Rafinha, obviously. I would have preferred Rafinha because yeah, I think he was hitting a good run of form. With the Newcastle game, he was playing. I don't know, Barca was playing pretty. I would say perfect against Newcastle, attacking wise. But we're just gonna have to adapt. These things happen, and more than likely he could come back for the semifinal. But again, first we have to get through
Atletico
Atletico
Madrid.
Madrid first.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It could be a very drastic change in Barca's outlook of the season because depending on how they do against Atletico, they might be out of the Champions League competition.
yeah,
And if they lose against them also in La Liga, it'll change the whole title race.
yeah. Then if Madrid wins theirs, we lose ours. Then Madrid is in 1 point of us.
Yeah,
And
which makes El Clasico a very big match. And then for him to come back for that game, as you said, that as a target date, it'll be a lot of pressure for like the team and him as a player, like coming back from injury.
yeah, potentially again, re-aggravating that injury with the World Cup coming out, like the follow, pretty much starting the following month. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Unfortunate news. Also, Arsenal.
Oh, before that, more unfortunate news for on the Argentinian side. Bonicelli, he tore his ACL in training, not even during the match, which sucks even more. He tore his ACL. He's the top goal scorer in Ligue 1, if I'm right, remember correctly. He's the sh striker for Strasbourg. He was linked to a bunch of big moves. I think even Barca were linked to him potentially. Tore his ACL, unfortunately, like right before the World Cup, so he's gonna miss that, and then probably a good portion of next year, probably until like midpoint. It sucks to see.
Yeah, it does. Exciting young talent just gets stripped of 6 months of his career, and again, you don't come back the same player because look at Ansu Fati, tore his ACL and just never came back the same. Gavi, he's still struggling with his ACL injury, so again, not everyone can come back the same. Just
Yeah.
wishing for the best for him.
And then Arsenal, as you say.
Like pretty much all their players withdrew from the World Cup squad due to injury.
Yeah, 10 players from their from being on international duty came back to Arsenal because they were starting to feel the bottle, Jerry. I told you they feel the pressure.
I think they do. They do, honestly are. I think that's the only reason they did it. Again, I don't know if you're a superstitious person. I kind of am. This is like saying you have a family emergency when you don't, and you know, just to get off of work. And this could eventually, again, if you're superstitious, it could bite you in the rear end because you could probably actually have an injury from that. It just bringing bad energy towards you. I don't know if you're superstitious. I am a little bit, so
Yeah,
let's see if it doesn't affect them.
it's not a good look because everyone knows what's going on. Because 10 players from Arsenal withdrew from international duty. The only ones that stayed are basically the ones that couldn't. They're basically fighting to get into a World Cup squad, so those are the ones that stayed. But the rest came back for supposed injuries, precautions. Like, okay, we know what's going on. You feel the pressure. You're coming back. I'm
Not
telling you,
even not even Harry Kane, who's like an undoubted what is it, starter for
starter
England.
for England. Yeah,
He's not even doing that.
yeah. So
Potentially favorite for the Ballon d'Or, by the way.
let's not talk about something awful like that.
But
But yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I told you, Jerry, they don't have the mentality for it, and that's gonna happen.
I'll be here for it. Unfortunately, I'm watching Premier League matches, which are a slog to get through. Um,
But also in Premier League news, Spurs, we were talking about something that came out recently about their contracts. Daniel Levy, before he left, he had basically every player's contract. He had a clause inserted that if they ever went down to the championship, their wages would be cut by like 50%, to save the club financial crisis.
mhm.
But the new people in charge basically decided to not follow that model. And so like the signings afterwards and like especially in January, don't have that clause inserted into them. And Conor Gallagher, who came over from Athletic Madrid, is their highest paid player. It's crazy to think having Conor Gallagher as your highest paid player on 200K a week does not have that in his contract. So if they go down to a championship, they will be paying him 200K a week into the championship.
And again, they thought they had the leverage in well, they're gonna have to pay the price if they want Gallagher. In reality, teams are gonna be like, I don't have to pay that price. It's either you pay me or you're gonna have to pay him a huge sum for his salary, which is dumb. But Jesse, this I like how they're already thinking about going to the second division already. We'll see what happens to them. Every possible player is trying to find an exit, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
not Conor Gallagher, not with that contract.
it's funny, they would pay him that much money, make him the highest paid player, but they won't pay other players to like try to make him come to their club. Maybe Esse, he would have easily went to their club instead of, you know.
Arsenal, yeah, well, I mean, he was linked, and it was like almost a for sure deal from what everyone talked about,
Yeah, it was
because
a
they were,
hijack.
yeah, and it was because they didn't want to pay the wages, but they wanted to pay the wages for
Conor Gallagher, you want
Gallagher.
200K a week? Come here. Come here.
Yeah, yeah, it's insanity because they've been linked to so many other good players that like would have immediately improved the squad, but instead they're like, nah, the wages is too much. But for Conor Gallagher, of all the players in the world, Conor
Blank
Gallagher,
check, dude. That's what they gave him, a blank check.
insanity. And now, while there's going to be a max exodus of players, they're going to be stuck with Conor Gallagher because A, he's not, no one's going to offer him that wage. And B, how are they going to recuperate any money from it at all?
Hmm. Yeah, because they pretty much paid more than what Atletico paid for. So it was a good bit. It was a good bit of business for Atletico Madrid, not so much for Tottenham. Because
Think
again, they
about it.
got they got a player that wasn't starting consistently.
Yeah, and plus what they got Lookman from it for less as well.
They did. Oh, dude, I think that's probably the bargain of the winter. Lookman, Adam Lookman,
I don't even think winter. I think like the whole, like even the summer as well. I can't think of another player that was a better bargain than that.
Juan Garcia.
Nah, it's up with Lookman.
No, no, no. It's up there. It's up there. But I think Juan Garcia cheaper
Drunk,
too.
by what?
Five.
5?
No, the 15 because they got him. They got Lookman for 40.
They got him for 30.
Okay, yeah, by five. Five
Yeah,
is something, dude. That's a
but
young English talent.
Yeah, but Joan Garcia, exactly. Joan Garcia, and all, he's also been injured. Remember, he went out, he was missing for like a month or two.
Okay, we're gonna bring up those things. Lookman had an issue with his coach and almost fought him during a Champions League match.
But now with Athletic Madrid,
Bad attitude, bro.
with Athletic Madrid, he said that he's actually looking forward to learning from Cholo. So he's brought a different attitude and it's completely changed how we
It's
look at
it's
Athletic Madrid.
so crazy how much Atletico Madrid changed after that
Look,
signing.
Madrid. Yeah.
Crazy.
So like I said, I think he's a bargain of like the summer and winter.
You know who you could give credit to? What's his name? The ex-Barca director? Almeni.
The one that was sleuthing Laporta.
Yeah, he was like talking shit about him, but no, like Almeni, he's a genius when it comes to buying players. He knows what to look for.
He's a good director, but Laporta fired him except for Deco.
Hey, we can't blame Deco though. We can't blame him. He got Joan Garcia. That he has his faults. He did get Dani Olmo, but he brought Joan
He's
Garcia. I think right now, again, going into the next topic, he's the one pushing forward for Bastoni
Yeah, but won't that ruin your entire like transfer plans? Because he's 70 million plus his wages.
It's happening, Jesse. I called it Ronald Araujo.
Ronald Araujo, you get 20 mil, maybe,
I think he's
maybe.
like we get 25 or 30. But no, I think everything's going good so far with the opening the stadium. Um they have more seats to fill. They're getting more money off of that. So I think that's slowly inching closer. I think we're actually gonna be able to buy a player. There's also another player in the rumor. It's 70 million player, I wouldn't mind it. And it's for a need too, you know? Because it's between Bastoni and Sensi, and I think everyone's leaning towards Bastoni at the moment. And Fabrizio Romano, the guy that can't keep his mouth shut, with when it comes to transfer rumors, he keeps bringing it up.
Yeah, but if you, I don't think it's just center back that's a need. I think that fullback position needs a skinny player there too.
Yeah, they're trying to go for a left back, and right now it's Cucurella,
Yeah, I know they're linked
ex-Barca
to
player,
Cucurella, but that's what like selling a Balde.
which again I don't mind. And I think the option right now is they're considering keeping Joao Cancelo as a backup for left and right side. So again, that wouldn't be bad either. For I think Joao Cancelo would be a cheaper deal too.
But you've turned around on keeping Kunde after his disastrous season that he's had.
I think it's exhaustion at this point. That's why he keeps playing pretty bad. I think he needed rest and he wasn't getting it. He keeps saying he felt good, but I don't know.
But he's still not getting it.
But we do have I'm thinking of like Joker cards. Like we could play any player. Like we could play Eddie Garcia that could play right there. Ronald Araujo if we do end up keeping him playing right there. Xavi Sparta who's uh what is it causing commotion in the Barca training. He's actually pretty good and getting a lot of high marks from Hansi Flick. So again, that could be a promotion right there.
That's if he doesn't leave like a draw.
That's true. But let's be honest, Dro probably made a pretty bad move. You know who we
I don't
keep
know.
forgetting?
He's
I'll
been
talk
getting
about it right
time.
now. He is getting some. He's getting some time, Jesse. Let's not say he's getting all the
He's
time.
getting time. He's getting time. He started. He started before
But
international break.
is that all the news we have so far? 'Cause I was gonna say, yeah, right.
Yep.
So I was gonna bring up. I don't know if you've seen the France squad. They have Zaire Emery
Yeah.
constantly being called up, even though he doesn't play for his team.
They play him at right back.
Yeah, it's crazy. When
Yeah.
they don't play Hakimi, you know. But
Huh?
Hakimi's undoubted. Wait, did they play him at right back in France
Yeah, in France.
or PSG?
Both.
What?
Yeah, he's played both.
Oh my God, dude. He cannot be better than Koundé at this point. But I don't know why he keeps getting called up. He's clearly not playing for PSG. I want to know what happens to him in the summer if they sell him. Again, PSG, they're not a selling club. We'll see what happens, but it's interesting to me that they keep calling him up.
Well, I know they've been linked to also with Enzo
Hmm.
and then also a couple other midfielders. I know one of their academy talents, the one that scored in the final last year and has been getting game time this year. I think he played against against you guys too, Mayulu.
Mayulu,
He
yeah.
he's been saying that I think he wants to leave and he's like with the move away. So
Going to
I don't
Barca.
know. I don't know if you guys can afford that, Jerry, especially with the relationships with Paris.
We never know. But no, Mayulu's a pretty good. He's is it Mayulu?
I think so, Mayulu.
But he's a pretty good striker. I like the movements he makes, and
Is,
again, his
is it?
finishing is pretty good.
I wouldn't classify him as a striker. I feel like he's more of a cam winger.
He's more of a. I think they play him. Luis Enrique plays him a lot as a false nine, so that's why I say striker. But he's pretty good. So yeah, not a lot of happy things going on in France at the moment. But then again, France has a plethora of players to choose from. They have a really good A team and B team.
I don't know why you're saying not a lot of good news. They just recently announced that they agreed the contract with Zidane. So everyone was happy.
Oh, dude, you could only go up from the champs. I
Dude, everyone was celebrating like I swear it was like the happiest moment of their life. They're like oh the national teams actually can play football now.
know. It's gonna be interesting. I want to see what lineup he goes for. I hope he goes for like a super offensive one.
What I know he was a big fan of Cherki, and especially because when we were linked with him, like he was like a big component of why. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cherki becomes a main component of like his France team.
Okay. Speaking of, let's actually go over it right now. Let's start the France starting 11, Jesse. What's your France starting 11? Because I think because we're in the topic, it's pretty difficult because I don't know if again, you didn't see the game, but France didn't come up with they didn't play with Cherki in the lineup. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Put this part up. Okay,
Well,
France.
of course he didn't play Jerry. It's the champs. He doesn't. He's anti-football. He and Mikel Arteta of the same ilk. They're both anti-Christ of football. They see someone be able to play football and they shut it down.
So who are you starting with? Let's start with the keeper.
This is, I think, the clearest one, Magnan. I think the biggest competition that people were expecting for him this year was Chevalier from PSG, but he's completely fallen out of favor at PSG, and he's
Yeah.
like second choice to Safonov. I think he's like the Russian keeper, so he's completely out of it.
Who's your right back?
Ooh, I would go Malo Gusto. I think he's just solid.
Yeah, I like him as a player too, especially like Koundé having not coming off the best year. Really not a bad
Yeah.
idea. Your right center back,
Upamecano.
left center back. You're gonna do it. I know you don't want to do it, but you're gonna do it. Lenglet. Not
Nah,
pretty.
give me Kalulu.
Kalulu?
Yeah, from
What?
Juventus.
I'm surprised you go with Saliba.
Oh, we could have, but he doesn't really get called up for the French national team, does he?
He was starting this weekend.
Oh, well, then we could have gone for him, I guess.
No, this is yours. This is what you would pick. So,
Hey,
left
listen, I completely forgot about Saliba, dude. I forgot he
left
was a person.
left back. Where are you going with?
Theo.
Yeah, I think you still get a decent amount out of him. Your right center mid. You'd play a 4-3-3?
Uh, I would go 4-2-3-1.
Okay. Your right
You
center
know,
DM.
you know who I'm playing. Camavinga, Tchouaméni.
Notably, they don't really play too much in the
You,
squad.
you said mine. You said mine
I know,
because you
I
wouldn't
know.
let me
I'm just
change
saying.
Saliba. You did.
I'm just making a note of it. In Real Madrid, they don't play too much. Right, middle.
Olise.
This is where like they're super strong. Cam,
You know who I'm playing for. Cherki. Give me
left middle,
football. Mbappe.
and striker.
Dembele.
I think this is probably the best attack in the world, if I'm being honest. There's no one competing with this. As far as attack, I think they have good options at their defense. Their fullbacks, they have limited options at the moment, but their center backs, they could be interchangeable. Saliba can be good. Again, Jesse doesn't rate him for some reason, but their keeper's pretty
Yeah,
decent.
yeah, he plays for Arsenal, so that's that's a tax.
So this is your starting 11. I don't mind it. Again, so you could probably concede a goal or two, but attacking wise, you'll probably score four. Minimum. Minimum, dude. And you'll probably score five if you have a better coach instead of, your boy,
Yeah.
the Shams. All right, Jesse, now we're gonna set up together and start the England starting 11 for this World Cup and their strongest one. Going off keeper. So far from the list they have Steele, Jason Steele, Jordan
Nope.
Pickford, Dean Henderson, Aaron Ramsdale, and James Trafford.
Yeah, this is how it's gonna go. Pickford's gonna be the number one.
I was gonna say there's no doubt about it, right?
Pickford's number one. What was the other one?
I would pick Trafford as the number two.
No, he's probably third choice, and then
It's
second
probably
choice,
Aaron Ramsdale or Dean Henderson.
Dean Henderson's probably second.
Yeah, man, it's hard. I think Trafford would have been the starter if Donnarumma didn't go to Man City, because I think Trafford is a pretty good goalkeeper. But
Well, that was the plan.
yeah, but they got Donnarumma in a bargain. Honestly, I can't blame him. You know, world class keeper for that much. Why not? Fullback, Jesse. Right back specifically. Who are you going with?
Trent.
He's not even in the list.
I know
The
he's not.
preliminary
Well,
list.
that's who we would send, right? Who they're actually picking? I know a lot of people will say Reece James, but Reece James hasn't plays right back consistently with Chelsea. He mostly plays in midfield.
Plays there's a DM.
Yeah, and then he's also injured. He's still currently injured. Yeah, but I think that's who they're most likely going to go with, right back him, and then I think his backups can be Timo Livramento.
Yeah, I think we'll put Livramento right now just because we don't know anything behind.
Yeah.
But no, it's weird. I don't want to take Trent as a starter, as a starting right back. One, just because he can't defend. That's the only reason. If I had maybe if I'm playing five at the back, I would put Trent.
Jerry, we just put Declan Rice there. That's what he does for Arsenal either way.
You're not wrong. That's why I close my eyes. I'm like, you're not wrong. But yeah, at the moment, I think Liverpool's been having a pretty good season. I wouldn't be mad if he was a starter if I'm an English fan personally, but I don't know how they feel. Maybe they prefer just Trent for being Trent.
I think
But
they want Reece James there. I think that's consensus, but he hasn't played there consistently for me to be
mm,
like he's a right back. And plus, we've seen that he's a lot of athleticism with his injuries,
yeah,
and he's still injury prone. Like he's currently injured.
yep, that he is. Now right center back. It's got to be
Uh,
Mark Gay, right?
yeah, Mark Leahy.
Cherki. It's gonna be the starter. Man City's another great bargain signing in January. He's been fantastic for Crystal Palace. He's been fantastic for City. Probably the best center back at the moment. You can't ask for more. Now left center back, Jassim.
I
I
think they
used,
go Konza.
you think so? I was gonna say I was hating on this dude forever. I think I go Harry Maguire.
I don't know. I think didn't Tuchel recently say that he's not even sure if he's going to take Harry Maguire?
Hmm, something like that. But you would even put
And
Konza over even
I think
Ben Burn?
I think he's been. I think I would probably go Burn, but I think that's just because he's showed that he's played those over him, and especially I think he has like a he starts Sam Burn there because he's a natural left footer, so I think he prefers a left footer there. But
And
yeah, I
again,
think
Burn
it's
is
Konza
not
or
a
the
bad center
Denver.
back at all. He's not. He's not bad. I think I would only say Harry Maguire because he's been constantly performing for the England national team. I think he's at a good level right now. He's not bad. He's not the worst center back, but he's not the currently best center back in the world. But I do like what he brings. But again, if they're going for
Same,
something different, Burn is probably the move. Like you
same.
said,
I
also
would
natural left foot.
yeah, I think that, like I said, I would have gone as similar as with you as like Harry Maguire because I that's what they've always done. But recently, Tuchel announced like or had like a was released. I was like, oh, we're not sure if Harry Maguire makes it. And I know Kanza and Burn have risen up his list a lot, and during international breaks they've been playing a lot of games, so that's why those
For
two.
sure. And left back, I think there's only one choice.
Lewis Hall.
Yeah, Lewis Hall, another
And I think
Newcastle
and I think the
prodigy.
backup is Nico Riley. Obviously, the reason why I think we go with Lewis Hall is because he's better defensively and he
Hmm.
could provide something forward. I think he's probably like,
He's the whole package when it comes to
yeah,
left back. Nico
yeah,
O'Reilly, yeah, he's really good offensively. Defensively, he's okay. You could play him there, but I don't. I'd rather have Lewis Hall, who's been all
yeah,
around good.
yeah. Nico Riley, I think you're susceptible to him getting caught out and being possibly attacked, being the focal point of like the opposing team's like attack plan.
Hmm.
And with Lewis Hall, I don't think he's a liability there at all.
Hmm.
But isn't it kind of crazy that you, England's back four, there's three Newcastle players?
It is, but that just speaks to its to what Newcastle's been doing. I don't think I think this season has been tough for them because I
Hmm.
think they lost like a player like Isak who's scoring a lot of goals because that's what they're missing. Defensively, I think they're at a good spot, you know. Dan
Hmm.
Bird's been good. Livramento been wonderful. Same thing with Lewis Hall, probably the best defender at the moment. But yeah, it just speaks volume about Newcastle and where they're at. Plus, they also play English players, so they're developing you know the future
Hmm.
England national team players, which you can't be mad at. Now, right center mid, we have choices from Jordan Henderson, who's still being called up.
Yep.
Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, Harvey Barnes, Phil Foden, James Garner, Jude Bellingham, Cole Palmer, Nico O'Reilly, Kobe Mainu, Adam Warden.
I think it's Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, and Jude. That's the starting three.
What? So you think this is a starting three? Jude has not been playing consistently for England.
Yeah, but he's their best player. He has the X factor.
Is he?
He has shown up in crucial moments. Last time in the World Cup, he was the one that carried them into the knockout rounds. While everyone else goes, he doesn't. He will show up in the last minute and give them that final tap in or goal or whatever it's necessary. While the rest of the players play in the Premier League, so that obviously brings down their value, as you know.
I'm not opposed to these three, you know? I think
Yeah.
Declan Rice, fantastic player, even though there's some flaws in his game, like not being able to transport the ball. I'll be honest, I don't know much about Anderson. I know he's been a good player for his club. Jude Bellingham, I know what he is. He's a box to box. I just don't want him being the transporter, in my opinion, because I know he's not the best at it, but as a box to box, he's probably the best in the world.
Elliot Anderson is the number one pass midfielder in the Premier League. I saw some stats. He was like number one in ball recoveries, number one in ball passing, number one in progressive passing. Like he is an all-around midfielder. He's very good.
Again, I'm not opposed to this. What I am opposed to is the list at the moment. They have Jordan Henderson, Jesse, out of all people.
Yeah, no. See, my would be like for it's obviously Declan Rice, uh
Kobe
Elliot
Baidu,
Anderson. Uh, I don't know. I would go. There's Adam Morton, and then who else would I go with?
James Garner.
James Conner is a good midfielder. He's solid. He'll do all the dirty work, which is obviously needed. I don't feel confident about Kobe Mainoo.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think Jordan Henderson's gonna be the starting 11 because Tuchel's gonna use him as that voice.
I don't know. I think he's just there for leadership.
That's why
I
I think
think
that's why he's gonna be starting.
I don't think he starts. The only time he starts, I think the only game time he gets is when they're ahead to bring in like a defensive presence and hold the team together.
Hmm.
And if they're ever up, I think it's just gonna be more offensive options. But I don't think he's ever, or when they're down, I don't think he's ever getting into the field if they're like behind the goal and they need goals because he just
Yeah.
doesn't provide that.
He'll probably be the first one out if they do need a goal, and he's in the starting 11.
I don't know
Um,
about 7-Eleven.
I don't know. I have a feeling that he's gonna start. I have a feeling. Again, I don't think it's the best move, but I think it's gonna happen. Right winger. It's gonna
I
be
would,
Cole Palmer.
yeah, same. I would go Cole Palmer. I know they probably can go Saka, but that that man is highlight low light merchant. The man has had a horrible campaign.
Speed
Doesn't
has
pro
had a better foot mob rating than him.
Yeah, I said that too. So,
I laughed out loud when I saw that.
yeah, he has been awful this year. He's a set piece merchant, and at the squad, there's already people that can do that set piece better than him.
Okay, and the left winger.
I think that's either going to be
It has to be
Morgan.
Anthony Gordon, in my opinion.
I think it's Morgan Rogers.
You
Morgan
think it's
Rogers or
Morgan
Marcus
Rod?
Rogers. I think Anthony Gordon's going to be like that backup option because as we've seen with Newcastle, he's able to play like striker and left wing. I think Morgan Rogers is going to be like a left winger or 10 option,
Yeah.
similar with like Cole Palmer.
Ah,
And then you just also have Rashford there for as a left winger striker option.
I forgot about my boy Rashford, dude. I gotta go with him. Yeah, I'm going with him because I think Tuchel has sang a lot of praise about him, especially in the recent friendly, saying he was the best offensive player out there in during the game in the friendly. I think he's been improved. He's improved a lot since he went to Barcelona. I think he understands the system that Tuchel is going for. Because again, remember this was the Rashford that was omitted from the England squad at one point.
See, I don't hate the Rashford shout or the Anthony Gordon shout because, like I said, with the Rodgers, I think he's a good player, but I think what this England team needs most, especially with like the current lineup, is speed, and
Hmm.
both Rashford and Gordon provide that. Because Kane, we both know, is not he's he's not fast. Palmer, I'm not gonna say he's like the fastest out there. He's gonna outpace anyone, and the midfield is also not like outpacing anyone. So I think having that speed option is good, especially for that combination with Harry Kane, because we saw that with uh him and Heung-min Son when he was at Spurs, like the duo of him just sending like balls to him, long balls, so he could like score. I think that's a good combination I have.
Yeah, definitely. And also the whole situation with probably starting Anthony Gordon or Morgan Rogers is you don't want to have too young of a squad because I think England's at a point where they can win it now. It's not coming home, I'm
Don't say
sorry.
that. Don't say that. Don't
But
ever say that.
they're in a position where they could compete for it. And they don't want to go super young with Morgan Rogers. I think Rashford is at a good age. He's in his prime. Just go for it. You don't want to develop the next team when you can still play with this one. So yeah, we think this is England's best starting 11. Where's their biggest question mark? I think it has to be in defense.
I think it's goalie. He's solid. Pickford's always been solid for England. He's good, but like you look at the names of some of the other goalies, but I think England's never really been blessed with like a great goalie like that.
Yeah, they haven't, but again, if Trafford had a chance to be the keeper at Man City, consistently starting, he'd be the starter, but
Yeah, I would have preferred him over Pickford because Pickford we know his level. We know who
Mhm.
he's at. He's not like awful, but he's also like never gonna be like
He's not world class.
yeah, he's never gonna give you a game-winning performance like that. Yeah, it'll be rare, but he'll like if he does, but like I don't think he does it consistently enough, especially in these do or die games. Like I don't know, man.
So that's our squad for England. Let us know if what you guys would change. Um, Honestly, are you gonna watch the knockout games tomorrow?
No.
I'll probably have the Italy one on the background. I
I
don't even know
did
what channel they have it on.
yeah, if it's not the World Cup, I'm not watching international games.
It's crazy. It doesn't feel like a World Cup year, in my opinion. I always have it like in the back of my mind. Like, oh, yeah, the World Cup is also this year. But
I think it's because of the change of format and everything. It feels weird. And especially leaving it so late for qualifying to the World Cup because
yeah,
we're in about to be in April and we still don't know who's gonna be on the full list to the World Cup. Like by now we already know who it is. Like usually like we would play FIFA and like the World Cup version would be out and we'd like be playing with those in the Ultimate Team because we already know who's going.
yeah. Started to think of it. Yeah, it's a later time. They would usually have it's in Spanish. It's playoff, but in Spanish, I always want to say repechaje. They would have it what in like December.
Yeah, but like now it's waited so late.
Sucks. But hey man, it is what it is. We just gotta take it how it is.
Fox Sports, Jerry.
Yeah, I'm not watching that though.
There's
Oh man.
also Sweden versus Poland.
Oof. I like to see Robert Lewandowski go one more time in the World Cup. That'd be cool.
Yeah, give me Sweden.
I think Sweden's heavy favorite though.
I think Sweden's got the better squad.
Yeah. And this is also Sweden without Alexander Isak. So if they qualify, I think he has a chance to go in. But you have anything else?
Nope.
All right, man. It's been a slower episode because international break's still going on. Had some baseball to catch up to. Just saw the White Sox get smoked. I don't know what's the score right now.
Oh, we were winning. It was 8-2 last time I checked, and it's 9-4. So that's scary.
Other than that, thank you guys for watching. If you're playing League of Legends in ranked and you're like a Iron 2 like me because I just started playing and you've been playing the game for 10 years, stop it. I'm trying to play ranked with people that have the same account age as me. Like Jesus Christ, let me live. I,
And also don't ban Mundo for him.
please. He's already getting nerfed. Please. Let me enjoy him while I can. All right, peace.
Peace.